Hello all. In this session, we are going to discuss about cost issue. So many would have come across this issue, right? The cost issue. Okay, cross-origin request resource sharing. Okay, so the agenda for this session will be what is cost and what are the cost headers and how this cost works. And we will at last we will try to understand with the example whatever we learned. Okay. So CORS, the full form is Cross Origin Request Sharing. Okay. So as the name itself makes you understand, this comes into play only for a cross origin. If you are the in the browser, you have a Angular application which is running in localhost 4200, and you have a node server running in localhost 8081, and from the Angular application you are trying to access the node server which is running on different origin, then only this cause issue comes into play. If both your Angular application and node server running in the same port 8081, this course will not come into play. Okay, the course comes into play only for cross origin. Okay, so for a cross origin, whether the browser has to load the resource or not, this is what the cause is about. So the cause, through the cause headers, the browser gets to know whether it has to load the resource or not. Okay. So what is cause? It is a HTTP based mechanism by which the server tells to the browser whether to load the resource or not. Okay. How the server tells to the browser? Uh, this happens by means of the cause headers. Okay. We have many headers for course. So we have these headers. You can see that access control, allow origin, access control, allow methods, allow headers, and this tells to the browser what all the server supports. Okay, access control allow origin means the server will accept the request from this origin. If it is of same origin, no issues at all. The course will never come into play. Okay, so it is saying I will allow the origin only from this domain. Okay, and it will allow these methods from a cross origin, different origin, and it will saying it is will accept all these headers. Okay, and it also has a access control message. Maybe for in some cases the cause is also catched. So for that we have access control message also. Okay. So this is about it. Now let's understand how this cause works. Okay. If the now the I'm trying, I have a node server which is running in 8081. I have an Angular application. Now I'm trying to access get one resource from the server. What the browser will first do is, if whatever the request, if it is a get request or whatever get post or whatever request, it will send a cause pre-flight request. Okay, before sending any request to the server, if it is of different origin, the browser will send a pre-flight request. Okay, this will be a options request where it will tell what request it is about to send. If it is a get request and it is going to use these headers, it will send, and it also will tell the origin from which it is going to send, and it is saying that I am going to access this get employees resource. Okay, I am going to access this request and I am going to send a get request, and I am going to send this header to you, authorization header from this origin. Now the server will send what all it will accept. Okay, so it the now the server sends through the cause headers what we saw, which what we saw now. So access control allow headers, it will tell all the headers which the server supports, and allow methods and the allow origin. Okay. After receiving this, options request will always pass. Okay. After that, the browser will send the actual request, and the server will send the response, but the browser will not load the resource if it does not match, if the request which is sent does not match any of the parameters given by the server. The browser will not load the resource. It is not that server will not send the response, it is that the browser will not load the resource if the request actual request which is sent by the browser does not match any of these parameters. Okay, hope you understood. Now let's understand with the example, that will be more easier for you to understand. Now I have a browser, okay, which is an Angular application running in localhost 4200, and I have a node server which is running in localhost 8081. Okay, so from the browser I'm going to give a get employees request to the node server. Now let's see how this course process happens. Okay, so I have a Angular application which is running in 4200, and I have a node server which is running in 8081. Okay, now let's move to the browser. So this is my Angular application. I will also open the inspect for you so that you understand better. Okay, let me do that, delete everything. Now this, when I load this URL, it will give a get employees request to the node server. Okay, so let me inspect it, nothing is there. Now let's load it, nothing has come, anyway it will not come. Let me go to the network. Okay, now you see what happened actually. You will leave all this, it is all no cost request, because it actually fetches from 4200 only. Okay, this is the get employees is only a cost request. It is going from 4200 to 8081. If you see that 8081 4200, it is asking for 8081 get employees. So as I told you, this you see a options request. Okay, as I told you, it is an option request which goes from the browser to the server. Okay, and it tells about what all methods, what is the method it is going to do, right? If you see the request headers, you will understand. So it is saying that it is going to do send this header, authorization header, and yeah, get method it is going to send from this origin, it is going to send. Okay, and the server responded with what all it will support. Okay, if you see inside of it, so allow origin it supports, okay, whatever server. Methods also it supports everything, that get request it supports, but the allow headers, you can see that authorization is missing here. It is saying that I will send authorization header, but the server did not add the authorization in the allow headers, if you see that. Okay, so the next request, the actual request, the option request is always sent before the actual request, but since it takes more time, I believe that it has come before this. Okay, if you see this now, it is sending the actual request is sent by the browser. Okay, it has sent get employees from this 4200, it has sent the authorization header and everything it is sent, but the response we are not able to see, right? Because because in this request the server has said it has not mentioned authorization in the allow headers, but here the actual header actual request we are sending authorization, so the browser did not load the resource. Okay, you understand? So it is not loading the response. Okay, that's why we are not able to see anything here. And also if you go to the console you will see this type of error. Hope many would have seen this error. So it has been blocked by the course policy. Okay, authorization is not allowed. I told you, right? Authorization is not allowed by access control headers in the pre-flight response. You can see that it is clearly explained in the error. Okay, so this is how the course error happens. Okay, so this course have blocked the browser has blocked from the browser did not load the resource because the server did not include authorization in the access control allow headers in the pre-flight response. Okay, you understand? So now the server, it is not that the server did not send the response, it is that the browser did not load the resource because it didn't satisfy the request did not satisfy what the server supports. Okay, you understand that? Okay, you understand? If it I also wanted to show you. Okay, for instance, if you take, if I directly open this in one of my tabs, you see what happens. So it is a same origin request, right? So nothing is there. So let me include it. See, now the response has come, no issues. And if you open that request, right, you will see that the cause, you have nothing related to cause mentioned here, right? You don't have access control, allow headers, all this is not, and you don't see a pre-flight response also, because the pre-flight response only happens for course. It never happens for a same origin request. Okay, so you see a get request, directly get request went by, and it is able to send the response, and we are able to see the response in the browser as well, right? We are seeing the response here. Okay, hope this made you understand what is course. Okay, I will be adding two more videos how to enable course in a node server and also from a browser, how to enable course. Thank you guys, have a nice day.